Okay, so let's talk about Terrifier 2. We just got the trailer for this today. So before we get into all of this, there will be spoilers, minor, maybe, for Terrifier 1 if you haven't seen that already. But if you have, then this is definitely the video for you. So let's talk about what exactly Terrifier 2 is showing us in this new trailer, which is coming to us like just out of nowhere. Honestly, I didn't expect to get this trailer. So we know that this is going to premiere at some festivals later this month in September. So we're definitely going to be hearing some more about this movie pretty soon. And what a year for horror it's just been. We'll talk more about that at the end of this video, but it's just been a great year. Before we get into the trailer, go ahead and subscribe to the channel on the road to 25,000 subscribers. But let's talk Terrifier 2. So pretty much at the end of the previous Terrifier movie, we had seen that Art the Clown survived his own gunshot wound to the head. And so this begs us to ask the question, what exactly is Art? Like, how are they able to survive this? Like, what exactly is their whole thing, right? Like, what is going on? That's the big question, because a lot of us know that Art the Clown, as of our knowledge, isn't really a supernatural being, but now it seems they might just actually be something more than what we know they are. And so this trailer pretty much starts off by showing us a sibling sort of talking to his other sibling about Art the Clown and maybe being that for Halloween. And this sort of starts to spiral out of control as we sort of see newspaper clippings sort of reminding us about who Art the Clown is and the mystery surrounding them. So at the end of the first one, they disappeared and we didn't know exactly where they went. Well, it turns out that they're here now, and we see all of these clippings about the massacre that happened at Halloween during that time, and it seems that we're going to get back into some very bloody arena here for Mr. Art the Clown. And so there's a lot of imagery here that definitely gives us the vibes of the first one, including one with somebody that their face looks mauled, and then we actually see a very creepy kid eating his cereal here. And I'm just gonna say it, this is definitely nightmare inducing for sure. I think that this is one of the creepiest things. I probably won't even include these in the video you're watching now, because YouTube likes to be funny about things you post sometimes, even though it's from a movie. But just know when you watch the trailer that it gets pretty creepy. So the first film is pretty brutal as well, I will add, if you've never watched it. If you're not really into this sort of horror that goes above and beyond what normally horror does, it is definitely not the film for you, especially if you're squeamish or anything like that. Definitely hold off on watching that. But if you definitely want to check it out, it is available for renting, so there's that. Now Terrifier 2 will be coming to us in a couple of weeks. I think it'll be here October 6th, I believe, is the release date, and so we'll definitely see what it entails once it's released here. So like I was saying, we see Art come back after the gunshot wound that happened in the previous film. That asked the question of how are they actually able to come out of all of this intact, because we see Art in this and they are pretty much intact, no signs of damage or anything like that from the previous movie. So we'll definitely see what happens there. And so during this trailer, like I said, these siblings seem to be played by this Art the Clown, and it's definitely not going to end well. We already can tell there's a lot of carnage, a lot of blood all over the place, and it looks like they're not holding back on what they gave us from the first one. So like I said, the first one was definitely one that took it above and beyond about what we could actually see in horror movies, and I'm pretty sure they're going to want to top themselves off with this one. So we'll definitely see some stuff that we might not be used to seeing for sure, so stay tuned for that once we talk about this movie once it is released. So it will be at Fantastic Fest. I don't know yet necessarily if I'll be able to catch it there for sure just yet, but I'll definitely let y'all know if we are. So stay tuned for that. But let me know your thoughts and opinions on the trailer. What do you think about it? How do you think that they were able to survive that gunshot wound? What is your biggest theory here? For me, it definitely has to be the fact that we might have Art be this being of pure evil that is able to come out during this time and be intact, or sort of like this dead vengeful ghost of sorts, maybe, or a demon. The possibilities are just endless here. Let me know your thoughts, your theories on who Art is really, what is their whole thing, and how are they able to survive all of this. This film, like I said, it just looks very eerie and creepy. Definitely not one you want to watch alone, and one you might watch with a full audience in the theater when it does ever do come out. So definitely let me know what you think and if you're going to be catching it and if you caught the first one as well. So anyways, as always, that is going to do it for me. If you haven't already, go check out our other videos we've done today as well. Only Murders in the Building. We did a late video on RRR. We also have a podcast dropping tonight, so stay tuned for that as well. And that one's just based on all of the horror stuff. So we talked a little bit about Terrifier 2 on there as well, but we have another one as well on Thursday. It'll be 2 episodes a week for that podcast, so you don't want to miss out on that. It'll be uploaded on the channel as well as Spotify and Buzzsprout, so stay tuned for that. But anyways, as always, that is going to do it for me. Like I said, if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell. On the road to 25,000 subscribers, we are less than 200 to go from 24,000, so super pumped to get to that. Hopefully we can get to that this week, but as always, I'll see all of you next time. Don't forget to check out the videos that pop up on the screen at the end. Check out all our other videos as well, and we'll be making more updates on Terrifier 2 as we get them. So as always, that's going to do it. Stay safe, stay positive. But on my podcast, I also asked, what is your favorite found footage horror movie? I'm going to ask it here as well because that's going to be the premise of the podcast that will come out on Thursday. So what is your favorite found footage horror movie? You can drop it down below. And if you don't have a favorite found footage horror movie, let me know why you don't. And maybe you don't like found footage at all. I am doing this because I am going back to some found footage horror movies that I thought were definitely overseen, overlooked, that were actually pretty decent. So I just want to get a gauge about what everybody else has seen over the found footage horror area. I know it's a touchy, sensitive one that many people don't really like to talk about because found footage has generally been seen as a very cheap sort of film, and although I do see where people are coming from, I think from it did come a lot of innovation to other horror movies, and I think it adds to the whole horror as a whole. So I am excited to talk more about this pretty soon, so let me know down below what is your favorite found footage, and like I said, if you don't have one, just comment it down below why you don't like it. And I especially want to talk about this with BHS 99 coming out, which I am excited for because I thought the previous BHS, which was BHS 94, was really good. But one of my favorite horror movies, just for context, is going to be the movie Wreck, which I think is just a very well done found footage. And I will be revisiting it in the podcast as well as a YouTube video, so stay tuned for that. But let me know yours down below. And if you don't like them, let me know as well why.